Yeah, I had the whole wrong intro at first. You're listening to the Urban Sports Scene and Bowie TV Titans Commanders recap show. I'm Wole, and we also joined by founder of CWall Sports Entertainment and Bowie TV's Commanders beat reporter Candi Waller. What's going on, Candi?
Hey, Wole, what's up?
What's going on? It's a good day.
Better
It's
than
way
last
better
week.
last week.
Better
You know
than
what I'm
last
saying?
week.
It's way better. Like I feel so much better. Like
Of
I feel
course, people were like,
refreshed.
why they didn't do this last week? I was like,
That's what, Kate.
look,
What?
like this is the offense. This today, that's all we were saying. That's all we've been saying these last
Yeah,
2 weeks. That
that.
right there.
That's what I
That
wanted.
that's all.
That's
Was it
it.
too much to ask? Was it too
What?
much to ask to run the
What?
football and get the ball to Terry McLaurin
What?
earlier in the game? I don't feel like that was too much to ask.
I'm with you. But before we get into that, I mean, well, like Candi mentioned, today the Washington Commanders dominated the Tennessee Titans 42-19. Before we get into the discussion of the game, let's get into some logistics. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. Make sure you subscribe to the Urban Sports Scene and Bowie TV YouTube channels. Hit that red subscribe button. Also, like the videos on both channels. The more times you like the videos, the more times you subscribe. Obviously, you put us in the Commanders algorithm up there. So subscribe, like, comment. It does great for the algorithm and whatnot. So keep doing that, and we're on that. You put us on that Commanders search engine. Don't forget to tweet us at Urban Sports Scene. Hit us up on IG and TikTok at Urban Sports Scene. I like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. Also, join our Urban Sports Scene Facebook group. Search Urban Sports Scene, sports bloggers, sports podcasters, and sports debates. All right. Before we get into the actual game, what's going on, Paul? Appreciate you, homie. Before we get into the actual game, actually, I got your wrong title. I do not like this one. Hold on.
Oh yeah, it got me
No,
on here.
I just peep game. I didn't just peep game. We just
I didn't even see that.
no, I did. Believe me, we will not. What we will do will not do that. Sorry, y'all. Now I'm in it now. Sheesh. What am I doing? What am I doing today? All right. Before we get into that, you were there. You were in the building. You were in the Northwest Stadium. How was the vibe in the locker room? Did you get in the locker room? Or did you go into the locker room? Okay. So how was the locker room?
It's funny. I guess they do all their celebrating and all that stuff before we get in there.
All right.
You know what I mean? So all the things that you all see on the Commanders like IG page, we're not in there for that. So by the time media gets in there, they're like, getting dressed, and about to leave. Like everybody's just like back to normal. Mm-hmm. That's what it felt like. It felt like back to normal. Like everybody, are y'all okay now? Like, I did have like a conversation with Jeremy Reeves because it's a lot of players with the same name, right? Yeah. And so I just was like, "You doing better than you were last Sunday?" Uh-huh. He was like, "Yes, yes,
yeah, I know, right?"
But it was still kind of like calm. Mm-hmm. It's still just like they're happy, they're good, they feel great, all that, but it's still like it's work to do.
Facts.
It was almost like this is who we are. Mm-hmm. So it's not as exciting, right? Mm-hmm. It's business as usual. Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. So they don't go over the top. It's not like loud music acting all, it's definitely not that. It was definitely like they're in a much better mood, they're in a much better space going into the bye, but it was definitely like the balance of business as usual. This is what we're supposed to do.
That's what I like to hear. So obviously, like, when you win, they're happier. But there was some news yesterday. We talked about it on the other on the pregame show, but there was some news yesterday that Emmanuel Fuller was released. Was anybody asked about that in terms of like the
Dan Quinn, none of the players, at least none of the scrims or players I talked to, I did not ask or I didn't hear if anyone was. They could have been. Let me just be clear on that. I'm not in every media scrum, and sometimes I have my own conversations. As you know,
of course,
I have my own one-on-one conversations with players and staff. So, what head coach Dan Quinn said. So basically, I think earlier we were kind of like, I was like, yeah, sure, yeah, he could come back to the practice squad. Yeah. It's basically something Marshawn Lattimore will play. You know what I mean? He will play. And so because he's close to returning, they're like, hey, He's close. So, you know, change of scenery would be helpful for Ime. And that's what Dan Quinn said. He told him, like, a change of scenery will be helpful for you. So that lets me know, nope, they're not bringing him back on the practice squad. So,
I know, yeah. I mean, but I just want to know the vibe and just seeing how, coaches and players took it. And so it's good. I mean, hopefully.
I think they're fine. I think they're just, it's a different group of people, who I did talk to after the game was Adam Peters, right?
Okay.
And then when he saw me, and it is a very family-oriented, welcoming environment, right? Which, from being there, was not what we used to.
Yeah.
So they are very welcoming, very embracing. We had seen Adam Peters, but not like in this regard, right? The last couple weeks, because the reality is, they do not like losing.
Who does, man?
Losing is an issue, right? And they treat it as such. And Adam Peters was smiling today. He asked me how my Thanksgiving was, and I told him that, and I just basically was kind of like, this feels better than the last few game days. And he was like, yes. He was like, we all look better. You too. Like, we all look better.
We all look, man. We all better.
I was walking around on eggshells, like, who do I talk to? Who do I talk to? I don't know. So it was like relief. It was like a sigh of relief. I feel like this team, what everyone saw today, that's them. That's them. So they, missed some opportunities here the last couple of weeks, and I did talk to a few people about that. Just do you reflect on it and be like, should have got this one, should have got that, should have got, and they do, but they try to focus on the now and the bye and what's to come after the bye. But playoff wise, they're still in a very good spot. So
they are definitely. Shout out to the Mama Waller.
Hey, Mom, she already told me. She was like, "What time the show starts?"
I love it.
Yep,
appreciate you.
She's gonna come on. That's right.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Folks appreciate you too.
Yes.
But you ain't. Yeah, folks out here appreciate you. It ain't just like the folks here doing the show. It's folks out there even listening appreciate you.
They do. So they do.
Let that be known. Eric, better mood, much better mood. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. My man Deluxe out here. Let's go. Yeah, folks happy. I like that. Yeah. Folks are happy. You should be happy.
I was happy too. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know how it is in the press box, Wole. Like, I have a tea mix that I do now. Everybody's proud of me. I'm not drinking my Mountain Dews. I'm not in there all stressed out. So I have like my little Earl Grey mint medley mix. And I was in there giggling and laughing and feeling. They were like, "Are you okay? Like, is it something you like to tell us?" And I'm like, "No, I'm fine. I'm just things are funny to me." And then I'm like, hey, I know these people. I feel like I recognize what I'm watching now. It's not frustrating to me.
The vibe, just like anything, when you're covering a team, when they're winning and everybody's upbeat, it's a good time. It really is. Like, nobody wants to cover, and there's no fandom in it, but it's just like anything. If you're around people for so much, you want to see the team be successful, regardless of who you outside of covering the team. You may root for a team or whatever, but when you're there, you just want to see individuals succeed, and it's just better covering a squad that's starting to win. Like, if they're out of a funk, you want them out. They're in a funk, you want them out of the funk. You do.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't doing the post game, right? I will share this with you all, because I do think it's an important point, and I'm not even sure if I shared this on my show, but after the Hail Mary game. Yeah. Right after, because remember, I feel like I told the story that I missed that. I walked out the bathroom and Noah Brown was catching the football, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And everything just started moving. Like, everybody was like jumping up, and I was like, "What's going on?"
You said that. I remember.
Yeah, like the press box started shaking because the fans was, everybody was going crazy, and we have to do this. The credential system now is very, like, you have to scan in, like, facial recognition.
Are you serious?
There you go. Literally.
Wow.
Press box, locker room, press room, hallway, everywhere. Like, literally, Wole. Every single turn.
When did this happen?
This season.
Okay.
And
Sheesh.
you're wearing a
Okay.
badge, you wear your credentials,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
also have to like scan at every
That's
single like
amazing.
corner.
Wow.
It's wild. Like what?
That is
It is
insane.
almost like make you not even want to go anywhere. Like just
Oh
forget
my
it. 'Cause
God.
I
That's
don't have
like
time.
that's like some Minority Report type thing. Go
Yes, and like
ahead.
I be walking, I be around. I be
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
need to
yeah,
get
yeah.
here and there. I need to see what's happening. I need to get it round and know
Facts,
what's going
facts,
on. And I
facts,
was in
facts.
I need to get around. You need to know what's happening. And I kept having to scan in. I like literally almost ran into Dan Quinn, like
Mm.
literally, like head first, like dipped around the corner and boom, there go Coach Quinn. And he was like, "Hey, where you going?" This was just going to the press conference. And I was like, "Well, I guess I'm going to your press conference now since I bumped into you. I guess I'll go there." And he said, and I think I didn't tell you this story already. When I
Nah.
said,
Which way? What story?
I told him, I said,
Yeah.
"Hey," because he was walking with some, the PR folks, and I said, "Hey, I just want to go ahead and come clean. I know there's no cheering in the press box, but it was some hollering and screaming. It was some things that
Okay.
kind of went down. I know that's
Okay.
against the rules, but I did. Once I realized what happened, I definitely gasped for air, and I definitely said a couple of 4-letter words out
Oh, yo.
loud.
No, you didn't
And
tell me
I just was
that.
like, and I want to let you know because I don't want to get an email tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't want to get an email tomorrow. I don't want no warnings. I don't want no issues. I want to have peace. I got a lot of peace in my life. And he says, "You better have." He literally said, "You better have as much as you here, as much as you here."
Yeah.
He was like, "You in this fight with us. If you
Oh, that's what's
didn't,
dope.
if
That's
you
what's
didn't,"
up.
he was like, "If you didn't, I probably would have had more problem with that." He said, "But knowing that you did," he was like, "That's good-ish."
Mm.
He said, "Because I don't know how you could sit there and be calm when you're there all the time." And that's exactly to your
Mm.
point. Well, like, it's not about fandom. It's not about anything. You want to see these
Yeah.
people do well because
Yeah.
people don't realize this. Now we have our take on who wants to see who do well or whatever. But when the team is doing well, we all do well.
Yeah.
No one
I'm
wants
with
to
that.
watch when they stink.
No, I'm with you. That's what I'm saying. Like, nobody wants that, man. Nobody wants that smoke when your team's
No,
not doing well. When you're covering and you in it, like you are in it.
you
Like
in it. You're
I
in it.
know people want folks that act a certain way. Like you're in it. I want people to do understand you're in it. Just like anything. If you're around, like you, like a friend, or like you're around somebody for so long, you do become friends or whatever, friendly or whatnot.
That's right.
So you want that person to succeed, unless you have some like hate. This is wild, but you
That's
want that
right.
person to succeed. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I totally get that. Paul has a question. Paul says, "Kenny, are they concerned about the kicking game? Seems like we're back to square one."
I will tell you that I am, but I was not in the press conferences. And I
Yeah.
actually, when I went in the locker room, I was looking for Zane.
Mhm.
I said I would like to speak to Zane because you all know
You
I'm
in the
I'm
special teams. You a teamer. Yeah.
I'm a special teamer,
You a teamer. You a
and
teamer.
I'm not a Debbie Downer. I swear
Yeah.
that I am not.
Yeah. You not.
I promise you, I'm not.
Yeah.
However, I was literally like, the score could have been 48.
I mean, what?
Could
You
have
ain't
been
lying though.
48. So
Man,
I
you ain't
just want
lying
to make
though.
sure he's doing all right.
Hmm.
But Zane was already gone. So I was just like, okay, well, Zane, but I don't know if there is concern, but I will
Yeah.
say there should be.
Nice.
And thank goodness it wasn't a game that came down to those 6 points that were left
True.
out there because of those the 46-yarder and the 42-yarder, I believe was
Hmm.
that he missed. So
No, I totally agree. I do feel like, yeah. But to your point, Paul, yeah, I'm not scared about it yet. But give me because I know kickers aren't perfect. Look what's happening to Justin Tucker right now. So give it time. I mean, give it time. Then let's
that
give it
hurt though.
time.
I mean, I'm not going to steal any of
It did
Khalid's
hurt.
shot. That hurt though, because
Yeah,
that's the difference in the game win right there.
yeah, that one hurt. But I'm like, for this team, I'm like, let's let it play out. I mean, we were living a world with Cyber when he was untouchable and not hurt. We had the faith, but he was hurt. He got hurt, and
He got hurt.
he hasn't been the same.
Parker was hurt last week, even though they tried to say
Yeah,
Monday he
no, that's what I'm
came
saying.
in
He
and
hasn't
tore
been
my
this, to your
ass.
point. Yeah, he hasn't been
He
this.
was hurt. He was hurt.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, because B More Tucker was trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tucker had a rough one, man. I like Justin Tucker. He had a rough one though. So I mean, but first off, what's your overall thoughts on the game though? Like all in all, what were your overall thoughts on the
That's who
game?
they supposed to be. I went back just before I joined the stream
Mm-hmm.
to see what the Commanders had posted, And I saw, Terry McLaurin. I think it was something they probably posted earlier in the day.
Yeah, I think I said. Yeah, I'm looking at it
when they were
yeah.
out in the, hallway before they come out. And Terry McLaurin was like, "Be who we say we are." And that's one of the things that you hear me say on the pregame show. Where it's like, just be who you say you are.
Yeah,
be that. Be that. And that's them.
Yeah,
that's them. That was weeks 1 through 7.
I totally agree.
Washington Commanders. That first half, that's them.
Yes, agreed.
And I was talking to Darrell. Of course, we were walking and talking after the game. Darrell, Darrell, but I'm
yeah, of course, that's cool. Yeah,
names. It's also with Bowie TV. I said, you put that team, that offense right there. This is what we're talking about. Where's the offense? People kept wanting to talk about the defense. And I'm like, no. Because the defense has actually been consistent. You know what you're going to get. You know what you're watching there. That offense in the last 3 games has not looked like that. Truth be told, it hasn't looked like that in the last 5 games. If you really take it week 1 to week 7, you put that offense that you saw today, especially that offense in the first half, against the Pittsburgh Steelers, against the Philadelphia Eagles, against the Dallas Cowboys in the first half of those games, the outcome just may have been different.
I agree. Especially the Cowboys game. I'm gonna give the Eagles some flowers and say their defense was good.
I would say and that's exactly what I say. I said now that what we watched today.
It lets you know,
if they could get that Steelers game, and that Cowboys game back. Goodness gracious.
I agree.
Eagles, let them have that. Let them have that one. But that Steelers game, that Dallas game for certain. That's all. And it wasn't. It didn't look like it was a stretch. The Titans have a good defense.
And look what they did to him.
And look at what they did to him. It didn't look like it was a stretch. It didn't look like it was hard.
That
was one of the things I said on the pregame show. Because I said I don't like to use weapons anymore. I like to use assets. Use your assets. Use your assets. They did. Even when they went away from Brian Robinson, even when he said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and warm up. I'm going to stay over here. They still use the run game. They have a very strong run game. Don't deviate from it. As soon as they started getting a little pass happy at the top of the second half, things started to get a little downturn. Why are you doing that? Just get the ball back to Terry and go with the run game. It doesn't have to be, you ain't got to do nothing. Just use your assets. That's it. It works. I saw a very happy Cliff Kingsbury. Very happy. But I think it went back to when I asked in the presser last week about the collaborative approach to decision making. You all heard me say it's not just on Cliff. There's a lot of smart people in there. Get the minds together. Get the players together. What's went wrong? What needs to happen? They got Terry involved early. Look what happens when you get Terry McLaurin involved early.
You said keep it simple, right?
Keep it simple. Don't overthink this. Don't outsmart yourself. Oh, well, what if they know we getting the ball to Terry? Good. They better be ready. Get your goons out for them, okay? That's all. Don't be afraid. You know what I mean? So I it's just did the Bucks win?
They won.
Oh, they did? I'm hoping they lost.
So George is out here saying the Bucks won. He's saying, but definitely. Eric.
Only because I've been looking at playoff scenarios.
Everybody looking at playoff scenarios. We was doing that on the post game, on the all burgundy and gold everything post game show. We looking at playoff scenarios and everything. It's crazy. Everybody in that mode right now. It's good. It's a good time, right, to be in that mode.
But did what's his face come back? What's his name? Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask? We'll find out. Somebody.
I think a Baker player. George, let me know about Baker. But was he hurt? I didn't know he was hurt.
I thought Kyle Trask had went in. Last time I saw Kyle Trask went in there.
Oh, I know that Bryce Young starting to look good. That's my guy. So I know Bryce Young starting to look good.
That's why I was like, come on, Bryce. Go for you.
I root for that kid. Like I do for that kid. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm with you. Like my thoughts of the game, the same thing. Like it just shows about, and we'll get into Cliff a little bit, but it just shows what moving Terry around can do. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh yeah. George said he went back in. Baker went back in the game.
Okay.
But moving Terry around shows what you can do. You know what I mean? Like you move him around, not making him an easy target. Like making the defense think because Terry 1-on-1 can beat anybody, and you saw it. Like, and this team, and to your point, Candy, like this team just moves different when he gets the ball. And you've covered this team for a while now, and you see it. Like when he gets going, the team's just different.
I mean, just hearing him do, I may have mentioned this to you. I don't know. I do something shows with you. I don't know if I mentioned it on your show, my show, whichever. But at one point in time, when before Jonathan Allen got hurt, he was typically who broke down the huddle. Typically who you would hear about talking to the team and everything like that. But now it's so many people. It's so much that gets people hyped. And now Terry McLaurin is really using his leadership and his voice to really get going, right? So if you hear a Terry getting hype and want to encourage your team, you hear B-Rob getting hype and want to encourage your team, you got to go with that. I've been saying for a long time, there's something to be said because you need your Bobby Wagners and your Zach Ertz. You need your Frankie Louvu's. You need your Dante Fowlers. You need the veterans who have come in, right? But for those who've been here, this your town.
Yeah.
So you should be able to have a voice loud enough. And I'm not necessarily talking about in decibels. I'm not talking about, I'm talking about, to your point, Wole, when you get hyped.
Yeah.
When you get hot, we moving.
Yeah.
We out here.
It's evident. It's evident.
Yeah. And the reality is they knew they was better than those last 3 games, especially last week. Now they tried to just been ashamed for that. But I mean, and I think they knew like that was just bad. And now it's like now you're playing with your own destiny, losing games like you did last week. That's y'all fault. And Cliff was a happy person on that sideline. But when they came back after the second half, I'm like, okay, then you go back playing again. And it was some little silly penalties.
Yeah.
Silly penalties. So I need to go back and check on some of those penalties. I'm gonna go watch TV.
Yeah, I was telling somebody, I mean, you would cheat like I'm a believer in this. Like, naturally football teams, when you get a big lead, and then most sports too, when you get a big lead, you tend to like play more prevent. You pretty much chill. But those are for the, and I said this, those are for the average to really good teams. Like the average and good teams do that. Like the average and good teams. Championship teams don't do that, right? Like, and I mean by like you got like for instance, like an example, 9 times out of 10 you're looking at it like look at the Detroit Lions are Super Bowl contenders, right? When they're beating you, they're gonna pretty much try to add on to that. They're gonna try to add on to that. Out of you. Even like the New England Patriots when they were, winning championships, when they had you up big, they were trying to
go low on you. They
don't go on you. Like when you were a championship, the Rams, back when they was winning champion, like before Sean McVay, but even the Sean McVay teams like that, like when they're up big, they try to, they try to close it. The Chiefs, same way, they're trying to close it. When you are. But the Washington, the Commanders are right now. They're like they're in the middle. They're in the middle.
They're a middle of the road team. That's what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. So typically, when you got a big lead, you don't really. That's not going to like teams can come back on you, like because you are like you feeling comfortable. Not come back on you to win the game, but they can get some momentum because now you like your foot is off the neck and you're like chilling a little bit. So I'm not surprised at that. You want to learn from it though, because you do want to be that team that ends up being a Super Bowl contending team, right? You do want to learn from it. So I wasn't surprised at it, but to your point though, you want to practice and play like you're trying to be a dominant team. So you want to dominate when you have them down like that. So I'm with you. Like I was annoyed that they gave up the touchdown to end the half. Like I was annoyed. I was like, what? I mean, like that like you're giving this team has no hope, and now you're giving.
They should have got him off the field.
Yeah, exactly.
It was about 3 of them that got Will Levis out of there. They should have sacked him. They should have got him off the field.
Agreed.
And they missed him. And I was like, come on, you just come on, like shut him out the first half. You don't give anybody any hope.
Yeah,
that's what.
Yeah, that's
when you're
where
up like this. It was like 28-0. Remember, I think we talked about this last week. I said if this offense played like we know that they can play, last week should have been 28-3. If that three.
Agreed.
In the first half. That is exactly what we meant. Literally. Same exact game. Same exact game from the opposing team. You should be up by 28. And we don't care nothing about all this other little stuff you doing.
Well, man, Deluxe said 42 is the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. You're a funny dude, bro. But yeah, so speaking of, somebody else who helps this team rock and roll, and like once he's in this on the field, this team plays better. B-Rob, how big was it to have B-Rob out there doing B-Rob things?
It's kind of funny, right? I think I tagged y'all. I said, I think George asked about the injury. It was like, like, how's he doing or whatever. I guess with the injury, I guess he's all in. And I remember I had my tea and I was kind of like, kind of sipping my tea a little bit. I got it. I was like, I said, George, I think is on the line, isn't he? Isn't he on the
he on it. George on.
I said, he's all in. He's on.
Yeah. And he is, and he was 40 off the rip, 40-yard touchdown off the rip. Like
the whole conversation. He was all in.
Yeah, exactly.
How your ankle doing? Yeah. You gotta have, because you be there, Wole. I have conversations with these people in real life.
Exactly.
So they're gonna tell me what it is and what it isn't. So that's why I'm like, oh yeah, he's all in.
See, Candi let y'all know off the rip. So because she talked to these people.
Because I talked to these people.
Talk to these people.
It was a sense of urgency. Now you're in a position where you cannot go 4 games down into the bye. There was absolutely no.
They needed him. Yeah.
They had to.
Yeah. So what you mentioned, I'm gonna go back to something. You mentioned about Marshawn. So he's definitely coming. He's playing after the bye week. It looks like that's the thing. He's after the bye week. He back. No.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you like this. If I'm using my clues, let me go back.
Exactly. I know that's your thing on the show.
And collecting my data accordingly.
It happened.
I think that was always the plan. I don't think he was going to play until after the bye. Let's go back, play the Saints, mess around and be a team captain. You know how that goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? When they play that former team, they be team captains. That's how that go. So upon other things as well, you know what I mean? But I don't think that I thought maybe the team, maybe using my clues, thought maybe they would split. I definitely do not think they thought they were going to lose those 3 games. I will tell you that. Straight up.
Got you.
They did not think they were going to lose those 3 games. And Marshawn is a playoff run ad. Right? When we look at the other teams that wanted him, the other teams that were in the market for him.
Well, they were championship squad. Chiefs, they were championship squad. Yeah. Those were the other 2 teams that were like for real. Like we want them. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens, the Washington Commanders got him. So he was a playoff push. Yeah. That's how we going, right? So I think it was probably like for these last 4. Because if the Commanders mess around and go on a run, I mean, hey, there's still an opportunity for them to win 12 games this season. Still, it's a chance.
It's a chance. I don't think it's going to, but hey.
No, I'm with you. It's a legit chance.
There's absolutely a chance that they could win 12. That's just numbers and just being common sense.
No, I'm with you.
I don't think he was going to play until after the bye anyway, because I don't think they thought, get him 100%. Get him to 100%.
That's the best thing.
But I don't think they thought they were going to lose those 3 games straight either.
Yeah, I think it's the best thing. George says that Washington should win 11. Hopefully, George. I know George, like you're my guy.
I mean, I've been doing some numbers with the great David Aldridge, so it makes me feel so smart. Like when people want to come talk to me and be like, "Let's figure this out." So based on how things are shaking out now, if they win at least 10, they making the playoffs. Yeah.
That's everybody feels like 10. That's the camera man George says. 10.
So even if they split these next 4 and get 2 out, 2 before, which is crazy.
I agree. I totally agree. I do want to add on. I just want to say this, there, folks. If you're on our YouTube, if you're on the Bowie TV channel, YouTube, Bowie TV YouTube channel, or the Urban Sports Team YouTube channel, hit the red subscribe button right now. Also, like this video. like this video on both channels right now. It does well for the command. I call it Commanders algorithm because folks want to be on that Commander search. So just right now, hit the red subscribe button. Also like this video. My man Paul got a question for you, Candi. Paul, he says, Dyami Brown is their most dynamic wide receiver after Terry. Is there a reason why he doesn't get more reps? Because the offense looks much faster with him in.
Well, last Thursday, I asked Coach Kingsbury about the wide receiver group. And this is one of the reasons I wanted to hear what he was going to say. Because typically when I ask questions like that, I don't know if they know I'm giving a hint or what it is. Like, I want you to tell me what you like or what you're seeing so that, because then at that point, you saw Dyami get the ball more today.
Sure did.
So I'm going to keep doing what I do because now I want you to say this out loud.
Yeah. Keep doing it because I think they need to start listening.
I want you to say it to me. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to say it back to me.
Yeah.
Because you really saw a lot more of Dyami today.
Sure did.
After Cliff had to say he was really proud, he really liked certain things. He really talked about Dyami. He talked about Terry. Of course, he said, and what does he always do? Definitely got to find a way to get Terry McLaurin the football some more. Got Terry the ball. He did talk about Noah. Noah was officially ruled out. Noah has a rib injury.
Okay.
So I think that's important to note, even though he was dropping a lot of footballs.
Yeah, he has been.
But Noah's serviceable though. And one thing about Noah, he's always good to get a DPI. I love it. Like he's gonna draw a DPI every time. Yeah. But you saw when he brought up Dyami, I said, let's see if Dyami gets used more on Sunday. And he did. Yeah. So let's see if that continues. I would like to see him do even more, but Terry's your guy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Terry McLaurin on this team, Terry is your person.
Yeah.
And everybody knows that. Everybody's okay with that, it appears. But Dyami is very, very much so a key piece and an impact player. I've asked a question before where, Coach Quinn, what are some plays that don't make highlights in Sports Center? And he mentioned a few plays that included Dyami Brown.
Yeah.
So he's definitely an impact player on this offense and his team overall.
I said this before, man. The way this defense, and you saw it like that, even the deep shot they took, he was open. It was just, him and Jayden were they were this close. It was off, and Dyami beat the safety and the cornerback on that play. Absolutely. So it just shows, like, I just feel like he brings a different element to the offense that they don't have or not utilizing. Yeah, Noah Brown's a big body receiver, a taller body receiver, but Dyami, we're talking about, trying to get easy touchdowns, easy points, explosive players. Terry has explosive capability. We saw that in that Cowboys play when he took that play into the house for that supposed to be a game-tying touchdown. And you saw with Dyami, he has that speed element that this team can use on this offense, and especially on the Cliff Kingsbury offense where we've seen in the past, either in Arizona and college, speed is very important to him. So it'd be good to see him out there a little. I'm not saying, take over Noah Brown's reps. I'm not going to say that because everybody needs to be utilized, but give him more. He needs more reps with that offense because I do think he would make life easy for the tight ends. He'd make life easy for Terry McLaurin and more easy for the running backs. Because again, when you got a guy that if they're going to play single high safety with one safety over top, now you have a guy who can stretch the field to a point where now everything in the middle is open for like a Zach Ertz, for a Terry McLaurin. And I'm not just give McCaffrey some reps too as well. I'm serious. I'm with that too as well. I just feel like get these other guys involved in the offense and to a point where they're taking some reps away from, say, a Noah Brown. Not say take away, but where Noah Brown's utilized, put those individuals in there too as well. So that's all. To
get Terry involved early. I think I mentioned this last week. I said, what's crazy? With the Cowboys, first pass, CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I said, use your top people until you can't for whatever reason. You cannot tell Joe Burrow not to get the ball to Jamar Chase.
Facts.
I mean, whoever your number one is, regardless of whether you feel like they're a number one or not, doesn't matter. Whoever the number one is on your team, get them the football, period. Use your assets. And you saw that today when they went away from the run game and started getting a little squishy in the second half. Went back to that run game, didn't have B-Rob, but they used Jeremy McNichols, and then look at what Chris Rodriguez did.
No, I
Run game.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. Assets. Get them out there, do what works. And it worked out for him.
Sure it did. Chris at 12-5 or 11-6 worst case scenario. Lattimore is going to make a huge impact on a defense that has already improved tremendously from the early part of the season. I totally agree.
He's going to get the football. He's going to get the football because I think they still need help on getting those takeaways. That's what
they do.
They need help with
interception kind.
And I posted this, right? I said the team has, and I've mentioned this so many times. The team has a goal of at least three takeaways a game. They don't get 3 takeaways a game. I mean, it's just a fact. They don't.
Yeah.
Marshawn will help them do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Todd says the run game has always been the key. Football is not difficult. Coaches just tend to overcomplicate things. I agree.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
I agree. About earlier, like the run game is the key. And speaking, because B-Rob is, we see how B-Rob is with this. We see with the mentality B-Rob helps with this team and this Cliff Kingsbury offense. It is night and day when B-Rob is not there and is there. It is so different. It is so
bringing different energy with him. He got this kind of swag. Yep. He's quiet. He's a quiet dude, but he not on that field.
I feel you.
That lets you know.
Yeah.
He's goon. So he just operates a different way.
You talked about a little bit, but your overall thoughts on Cliff Kingsbury's play calling? Like, what did you feel like?
I had to laugh, right? Because I made a little slick comment. But what did I say? Oh, because I was trying to keep up with all the slick comments I was saying today. Oh, one of them was, I was like, oh, Terry's sick of everything. He's sick. Terry is sick of everybody. Yeah. Based on how he's playing today. And I was going to say, Cliff Kingsbury is sick of everybody too.
He is. You can tell. You can tell.
But I didn't post that because Cliff, they didn't come out the gate blazing in the second half. So I said, I'm going to ease back on my Cliff Kingsbury sick of everybody post. Because Cliff didn't do it all that I thought he could have. They really could have pulled 50 on these people if they wanted.
They could have. And they were close, though.
They were close, but I'm petty. So I'm a judge those 2 missed field goals. I'm judging those. And then I feel like you still could have scored a touchdown.
I mean, could have had 50. I had texts all over from like my brother, like, we can get 52. I was like, dang, bro.
Yes. I'm like, well, what is going on? I think I had went to go get my second cup of tea. When Zane Gonzalez missed that second field goal. And I came back to my seat. I see nobody saying nothing. And I was like, oh, don't nobody want to say nothing because y'all don't think I saw that Zane Gonzalez missed that 42-yard field goal?
I'm telling you.
I'm putting this in my notes. There's 6 points left out there. Doesn't matter if they need them or not.
Yeah.
Score them. What would Dan Campbell do?
Dan. I mean, Ben Johnson, Dan Campbell. Ben Johnson ain't playing with nobody. That man that dude. He would do a trick play. He'd do a trick play to an offensive lineman to try to score. This man be playing. He be playing with the church's money. Like, that man don't care. He is petty.
Playing with the church. He is
petty.
Like, you talking about petty? Yeah, I'm nothing compared to these people. They like,
that man petty. Yeah, I ain't lying. That man is petty. All right, my man Deluxe, you're right though. I believe that the team is 1-4 without B-Rob. They just different. They different without B-Rob, man. They different.
He brings a different swag.
George Dan Campbell is a savage of the highest order. Total caveman. Yeah, he's a savage. He's definitely a savage. I say they really need to work some kickers out during the bye. Hey, y'all I ain't gonna hold you. He was just that dude just a week ago.
He was on the street, right? He was.
Yeah, we were talking about how good he was. We were just talking about how good he was before Cyber got hurt. Was like, he looking good. Now I know he missed a couple kicks. Like, one was a 50-yarder. So I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't ever get mad at kicker missing a 50-yarder because that's kind of like,
it's a little.
You know what I mean? Like, it's hard. For 50-yarder ain't easy. Right. But give him a chance. A bye week, like, he be making kicks. Now he missed some, but he be making kicks. Look, Paul, he got one. Y'all
Yeah, now that
difficult,
42
bro.
yarders
He
sent me
has
down.
one
I was
job.
like, wait a minute, he didn't make that. I was just like, man, hold up a second.
Yeah, man. Look, man, the Cowboys got one of the best kickers in the league, and he was in here missing. He missed a kick, an easy one
He
too.
definitely
You know?
did. And
So
Justin
I'm just
Tucker
saying, and we ain't saying we're talking about cutting the Cowboys. They're
Justin
not talking about
Tucker,
cutting him.
Justin Tucker is definitely not doing.
He ain't himself. He ain't himself. I think. Yeah, he ain't himself. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, Coach. With Todd say this year. This is the year of the running back resurgence and the kicker demise.
Yeah, because the running backs for a while in the league was very disrespected. That was a very
they doing. Look now, you got Saquon, Derrick Henry,
and
like
they making it a thing now. Like it's not about the quarterback duel; it's about the running back duel.
Hopefully they get paid though.
And going back to the Detroit Lions, David Montgomery is amazing. That is a running back that people are not talking about, and that dude is like that.
Yeah, and Gibbs is a whole different beast too.
Yes,
Gibbs is a whole different beast.
Jamari? Is Jamari Gibbs?
Yeah.
Him and Dave Montgomery.
That tandem is something else.
Ooh, I mean, they get through every defensive line, don't they? I mean, they are so.
That O-line's no joke too, though. They O-line is.
Yeah, that O-line is vicious. I have a theory. On those teams, and people aren't gonna like it, but my theory, like for real. I do a lot of PFF. I go on a lot of PFF.
Yeah.
The teams that don't have top 10 rated quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Right? They do not have top 10 rated quarterbacks, but they have winning records are dangerous.
Easily.
So that's your Detroit Lions, because Jared Goff is not a top 10 rated quarterback. Right?
Yeah, to some folks. I mean,
it's like PFF. I'm just
PFF. Yeah. I got you.
He's not PFF top 10. He's daggone Eagles. Jalen Hurts is not PFF rated top 10. Russell Wilson is not PFF rated top 10.
Yeah, because he's not really.
It's another one. It's somebody else. But I think Sam Darnold. Well, wait, Sam Darnold. I don't know, but I know
he may not be. No, he shouldn't be. If he is, he shouldn't.
I don't think he was on PFF top 10. Oh no, it's right here. But I look at PFF all day. Yeah. So oh no, Sam Darnold is in top 10. He is. He's still not. He's still he's like 9.
Okay.
But when you're talking about these playoff teams, like Baker Mayfield, I guess they still consider a playoff team. I guess.
Okay.
So like Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff. Jalen Hurts is 16. Jared Goff is 17. Russell Wilson is 19. Jordan Love is 20.
I can see that. Jordan Love. He's what? Jordan Love's what?
20.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nasty word. See, that's why I don't do the little
PFF.
Analytical dudes.
But that's why I'm like, but if you have these teams, you know what I mean, which is bad, right? Because the teams that Bowie TV covers the Ravens and the Commanders, and that's like top 1. Lamar Jackson, I think
he's number 1, right?
Top 3. He's 3rd or 4th right now.
He's 3rd?
PFF. Jayden.
Who number 1?
Lamar.
Oh no, Lamar's number 1, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he was 3rd. Okay, I'm sorry. I misheard you. Okay, cool.
No. Lamar's number 1. Jayden is 3.
Oh, I got Jayden 3? Oh, that's what's up. Okay. That's what's up.
But I just feel like that's in my mother, like, oh, I'm tired.
She's tired. I can tell she's tired. All right, man.
But I was like, see, Mom. But yeah, I still look at these numbers. I think I see Paul things like PFF be smoking, but I'm like, but still, I think there's some validity in
there's some.
You gotta really pay attention to those teams that don't have those top rated quarterbacks, and they got winning records.
Yeah,
that's dangerous. That's dangerous because that means they're not necessarily using not to say they're mediocre. Let me be clear on that.
Yeah, I got you.
But they're just using the power of their other position groups to win.
Which is important.
Games. It's important. That's why we talk about the run game here, and using Terry McLaurin. Use your assets.
No, I'm with you. So back on what would you say for today? What was which play were you most impressed with in today's outing?
Player.
Player.
B-Rob. B-Rob has been in and out so much with injuries.
That's a good one.
And so I was just so happy for him. And I mean, Chris Rodriguez, that running back room. And I've been talking about the running back room for a while now.
Yeah.
And I asked Coach Quinn and Coach Kingsbury about this as well. Anthony Lynn, shout out to Anthony Lynn, who is the running backs coach.
Yeah.
Right? Who was a head coach in this league. He has been out here for a long time. One of those smart people that Dan Quinn leans on, that I'm hoping that Cliff Kingsbury leaned on, this past week. What I need to do.
Hopefully. Yeah. I'm glad. Hopefully he did.
Use my guys.
Yeah.
Let's get them out there. Let's go. Let's roll. And I'm just so super impressed, with B Rob. I mean, hey, people tell you they ready and you believe them. I look them in the eyes and they say they're ready to go. So I was like, he's all in, because everybody knows your back is against the wall right now.
Yeah, Eric definitely Eric agrees with you. Todd said the players that impressed him the most were the running backs: Lucas, Terry, Mikey, and Lufu.
And I'm gonna say, the running backs, yes. Well, I've been on Frankie Luvu since May.
Yeah, he's the one, man.
Dude, when you came out there, I was like, listen to me. Number four, Frankie Luvu is a maniac. I would be like, he's a straight maniac, yo.
He one of them.
Whoa, he one of them.
He one of them.
Been every step of the way. And of course, Terry, Mike Sainristil, these are names that have been consistently mentioned throughout the season. So to see Austin Eckler, we want to wish him well, of course.
Of course.
And Chris Rodriguez had to get, released, then brought back and signed because of all the roster rules and everything. So to see him have the game that he had today, which is similar to the one that he had with the Giants and others, it is tremendous. But I really want to shout out Anthony Lynn, because I don't think enough people are talking about. I don't think he's getting enough conversation as a previous head coach in the league, having the resume that he has and seeing what this running back room is doing and has done. The wide receivers ain't dropped no passes today.
Yeah.
Whenever you can see improvement, they didn't drop any passes today. And I got to shout them out, because you all probably saw it on the Commanders page. And last week I asked Jayden Daniels about Bobby Wagner and Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz got his 50th career reception touchdown today. Bobby Wagner for 13 seasons has had at least 100 tackles.
Bobby a beast. Yeah.
And I can tell you for a fact upon facts upon facts, the reason why the team played the way they did today is rooted in the conversations that Bobby Wagner had with the team.
That's good. The leadership,
I can tell you that for a fact.
Real leadership in the building.
So, hey, it's important to have leaders in the room.
Yeah, the leadership is. I definitely agree. So Dan about Anthony Lynn that you referred to. Dan said Anthony will get another coaching position before Kingsbury, in my opinion. He revived the running back room, and the production has been outstanding. Okay.
I mean, yeah, but I just don't want it to be next year. I'm the person that's like, man, let people stay around for at least.
I'm gonna be real. I think Cliff. I think because of the fire in Chicago, I think Cliff has a better chance. And no knock on Anthony. I think Anthony should get a job. I think he's proved himself for real. But I think just because of the relationship with Caleb Williams and the firing in Chicago, if Cliff wanted to leave, I think he would be. Other than Ben Johnson, I think Cliff can get the Bears job if he wanted it.
And I wonder, you go back to the story of Ben Johnson, right? And you see what the Detroit Lions are doing right now. And people can easily say, hey, look, if you got a good situation going on.
Yeah.
Because it's obvious to me, and I hope to everybody else, I know it is to you, Wole, that the Detroit Lions are like, listen, we got a hint of what going to the Super Bowl is going to feel like. So that's where we going back to.
Yeah.
Because a couple of different plays, they would have been
in the Super Bowl
representing the NFC last year.
Facts. They outplayed.
So why would Ben Johnson leave that situation? I wouldn't have.
Well,
once you know what you got going, it's so hard to win football games and build what the Detroit Lions. It is, it's hard. So to build what they have right now. I wouldn't have left either. Not if I know we got another shot at it. Now, if they win a Super Bowl, he's probably going to leave, because because the job is now done.
Yeah.
And that is to be a Super Bowl champion.
I feel like his situation, like to your point, his situation is a little different for this situation. Well, it depends on how this season ends. I'm to be real with you.
For sure.
Like
Yeah, it
Johnson,
depends on how far they go, what they get.
how far they go. Like to your point, he got so close, and I heard he asked for a whole rack of money too. I heard he asked for something ridiculous too. But also, it's like now, like and truth be told, he's kind of upped his bag, right? Like it kind of worked for him. He upped his bag now. Now the asking price is going to be even more. It's going to be more trill. To be real with you, like they.
If you
like,
want me to leave my cushy,
now it's the money
home,
is real now. Like now
you got to give me a whole lot to leave.
Yeah, you thought I asked for a lot the first time, like.
And
this
I
time,
people understand. Like you don't necessarily want to leave a happy home to go with a dumpster. I mean, you don't.
Yeah, that too. Definitely agree with that. That statement.
It's too hard to build these teams over time. You know, dealing with injuries, and the Detroit Lions got a lot of injuries. They got a lot of injuries,
and they still doing what they doing.
That's great.
That's crazy.
That people know what they're doing. That's a testament to depth.
Yep.
Because I thought they were done when Aiden Hutchinson got hurt. I was like, let me see what happened now that Aiden got hurt. Let's see how they act when that Aiden got hurt. And they kept smoking. I said,
they still play, and they play. Their defense is still. It may be a little. And I'm a Michigan fan. Defense, they may be a little better, to be honest with you.
They live.
And I'm not saying they're better without them, but they still.
They know about nothing. Yeah.
Still playing at a high level. I think that's a Deluxe, Terry, Mikey, Jayden. I think Deluxe also said Chris Rodriguez is honorable mention. Yeah, definitely. Todd said low.
Chris.
Yeah, but he's been playing good. Low-key played a big game starting at right tackle. He did. Lucas was good at right tackle.
He was.
Yeah, Cosme shut down Simmons. He sure did. Simmons is an all-world tackle. He shut him down. Cosme's one of them, man. Cosme's one of them.
Now he has some bad penalties, though. You know,
yeah. I mean, Cosme, I
can get very people like, "What are you, a perfectionist?" And then sometimes I say, "No, I'm not. No," but when game is on, when I'm making my notes, I'll be like,
and I'm Cosme angry. He got anger issues too. I love it though. He can have anger.
Yeah, and he be talking about he not trying to get fined. This is like, you know,
man, he keep trying to get
conversations offline. But he be like, "I'm not trying to get fined. I ain't trying to." But you gonna get fined.
Yeah,
you
man. He like
fined now.
He the commanders on our test.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, he the commanders on our test. You know what I'm saying? He the commanders on our test is what I call it. For all the newer fans, Wagner is what I agree. What London Fletcher, Antonio Pierce was that middle linebacker for the team.
For the team. But,
yeah, I agree.
But he is before Bobby Wagner came here.
Yeah,
he's going to the Hall of Fame. He didn't need
definitely like London.
He's absolutely going to the Hall of Fame because his resume is so vast.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, but I'm gonna. Hey, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm gonna cut you off.
No. I'm just saying he's going before he got here. He's going anyway.
Yeah, Deluxe. I guarantee you, he's going to meet with Chicago if Chicago actually.
He absolutely gonna meet with him. It'll be interesting off season.
Yeah, it's gonna be
interesting off season. That's what
him and Caleb are very tight. I'll say that much. They're very tight. Him and Caleb, from what I've heard, they talk pretty often. So
and what they got here, what they're building here.
Yeah, what they're building here is
very similar to. You might want to stay another year.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying.
You might want to see how this turn out.
Yeah, it just depends how, you know what I mean? Because you're not going to be, this is the thing, you're not, it depends how your stock is. Just like it's the stock market, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not going to be a head coach here. He's not.
No.
He's not going to be a head coach here. So, just like Ben Johnson, if you stay a year and if you believe that your system could be even better, then stay a year because the money's gonna go even higher.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And also it depends on
definitely not gonna be today's price
and where you want to go because it depends where you want to go. Because like people's like, all right, you can say Chicago situation is bad, but it's bad because of play calling or whatever. Like, right, you have receivers, you have a young quarterback, you have a running back. So you have players that you may like. You know what I'm saying? The O-line is trash though. I'm not gonna their O-line is trash. But that's something that the front office is. But the issue is the situations are like, is their front office comparable to Washington's front office? And I'm gonna say no. They're not. You know what I mean? And that's the difference. And isn't that amazing that we can actually say that? Like for years, we've been a laughing stock in terms of front offices. Now our front office that's what makes our situation better than any situations is our front office. Eric said Detroit versus Washington in the NFC Championship game. Bring it on. Ooh. I hope.
That's stressful.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah, you probably had to travel to Detroit. Oh gosh, you hear, Eminem performing all during halftime. You know how that's gonna go. That's gonna be stressful.
Yeah, I get see that the GM next to go. Yeah, depending on like the front office. Yeah, but that's if you're talking about front office. Yeah, definitely. Because their front office ain't, like I said, it's not like this front office though. So, but again, don't be surprised though. Money talks. That's the whole thing. It's all about money, bro. There's a question. Excellent question. Ryan posed. Yeah, we're talking about Chicago. I'm not talking about Chicago. I'm talking about the Commanders. Y'all right though. I'm gonna tell y'all right because I don't have time to talk about. I'm not talking about the Bears. I'm talking about this team. This team is where it's at right now. All right. So for you, Candi, like who would you say gets your game ball? Who gets your game ball though? Who gets Candy's game ball?
I would have given my game ball to Chris Rodriguez, honestly.
That's good. That's a good one. I'm kind of on that side too. But go ahead.
Yeah. But you know what? And this is probably like cheating a little bit because I know this is one of the people who got the game ball. I probably would have given my game ball to Bobby Wagner. And the reason why I would give my game ball to Bobby Wagner is because I know the impact he has on the team, and I know definitely from last week.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys really love him. He and vice versa, and he just knows what to say, and he knows how to effectively communicate in this space to get action going. And I saw Bobby like pregame warm-ups. I saw him. And I said it kind of early on. I was like, yo, Bobby looked different. Like Bobby he's a little different today.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a sense of urgency and how he was carrying himself and how he was kind of running things and how, you know what I mean? He's definitely the quarterback on defense. So Chris Rodriguez would have gotten my game ball. And, from an offense perspective, on the special teams, Tyler Owens, undrafted rookie Tyler Owens got his first career forced fumble. I thought that was dope. So he would have gotten a special teams game ball from me. And then, like I said, Bobby Wagner.
Oh, I got a question for you. When Martin got hurt, who came in for him? I was interested. I couldn't tell.
I think Defoe went in there, but Quan wasn't out long.
He was out long, but for that one series, who Defoe's the one who came in for him?
I think it was Defoe.
Okay, I just want to know who came in for him.
I don't even know. I don't think it was out. Quan, he
was out long. He was out long.
A little different too now.
Yeah, he was. I didn't think he was out long. I just know he got sit out one play. And I was like, are you back already, bro? All right, so I hope it was he said.
Oh, is it Butler? It might have been Percy. Okay, yeah, because I was like, I don't even know.
I was hoping it was Defoe. I was hoping it was.
But yeah, I was like, it was quick. It was quick. Like by the time I think Quan realized they're gonna take me out the game, he was like, I'm fine.
And he said he was lost. I know.
I think when he realized, like, I'm hurt. Wait, okay, you really know I'm going back.
Yeah. Okay. So Washington got a couple dudes that like wired differently. B-Rod wired differently too. I be thinking that man crazy.
Yeah. It's that
crazy. I be like, bro, you were hurt, bro. Did you see how you bent last week, bro? Why are you playing? Like, for real talk, why are you playing?
And be hot when they got to come out the game.
I know. I'll be like, why are you playing?
They be furious. You remember what was that game when Jayden got hurt? The Panthers game? Mm-hmm. And I think they showed it on the TV when Jayden threw his helmet.
Yeah.
That's how all of them be.
Oh, they be pissed. Like, okay, yeah, it was the Panthers. I think it was the Panthers game. He took his helmet off. He was
I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
they're a passionate group. They love football. They love the process. They want to be out there all the time.
Yeah, I think Percy was in, and they went to two safeties while Martin was out.
Yeah.
Okay.
They went down. It wasn't long enough to know.
He said Butler was lost. Butler was lost. It was on the touchdown play. Oh yeah, Butler's always lost though. To me, though.
He does well on special teams.
He's good at I know Candi. I agree with you. He's very good on special teams.
On special teams,
he's good on teams.
He's the first man on the scene because he's fast. He is fast.
He's very fast.
You can run down there, person, go get the football, or go hit whoever got the football.
Candi, I agree with you. People be thinking I hate on Percy Butler. I'll be hating on him.
I'm a special teamer.
Yeah.
He is fantastic on special teams.
I think he's good on teams.
All day.
Yeah, I think he's good on teams. I just don't.
He's super fast.
Yeah.
He is fast.
Yeah, I think he's a. Yeah, I think he's good on teams. Just think that other individuals like a Defoe could be okay getting opportunities with him.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm not trying to say over him, just with him. That's all I'm saying. Someone should, yeah, that's all I'm saying. Deluxe said B Rob is a beast. Amazed he even played
Yeah, he's
after.
fine.
Yeah, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Like
He's fine.
he is savage. B Rob is savage. That's why I feel like anybody who doubts him and says all that stuff, y'all not appreciating him enough. Like watch what happened to him on that play. That's not like him being weak. That he got bent. I'm surprised he didn't tear an ACL off that play.
First of all, let's never forget that B-Rob got shot.
Exactly.
I don't ever want to hear any Brian Robinson Jr. slander ever. Like for real, on some real stuff. The man got shot.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
in this season, he has had a knee, hamstring, and ankle injury. Luckily, none of them set him down for too long. But when I asked Dan Quinn about having to have that conversation with Brian, what was that, the Ravens game? That was the Ravens game.
Yeah, when he didn't play? When he didn't play?
He didn't play. And
Yeah,
I'm
Ravens
like, I know
game.
it can't be
Ravens
easy
game.
to have these conversations with a player like Brian Robinson Jr. You want to know why? Because that man probably sleeps with a football. Like he loves the game. He just loves it. And he always wants to play. He wants to be out there with his teammates. He just loves it, loves it, loves it. He eats it up all day long, right? So it's hard when you know that he does make an impact. There is a difference when he's out there, but he absolutely can't go because he's not himself right now.
Agreed. No, I agree.
But being sorry, that ain't never that those two words can't. It just shouldn't. But I know that sometimes people say those things.
Yeah,
that's not that dude at all.
We got comments on X about game ball. Christopher Floyd says my game ball goes to Frankie Louvu. He was all over the field once again this game. Jayden honorable mention. Jayden had a great game. Like I want to give him his flowers.
Jayden had a great game. They real happy. Frankie Louvu was a monster. I've been talking about Frankie Louvu since May. And I mean, but we're talking about players like Frankie and B-Rob, even Jeremy. Like we're talking about the assets and the great skill sets that they have. These are the types of people they want on his team. And if you don't have that, they're gonna let you go.
No lies told. Chief on X. That's at Chief_0324 said Frankie or Terry McLaurin. Yeah, Terry was awesome, man. I mean, Terry's Terry. I just want to, I'm gonna say what I said on the other post game show. Y'all who doubted Terry about being number one, y'all seem real dumb. Y'all look real dumb right
here.
Y'all look real dumb right now.
He's definitely the number one here. But Terry said something in a presser or a media scrum a few weeks ago where he's like, he knows with what they have here now, he has the opportunity to be the player he's always wanted to be.
Nice.
And I said, oh, I see what's happening here.
You finally got a guy who can throw the ball.
You know what I mean? He feel like you got the quarterback,
you
got the coaching staff.
Yeah, everything.
This is what I want to do. This is who I want to be.
Yeah. Everything's in play.
He's showing that.
Sure is. Todd has a question for you. Candy Todd says, he asks, B-Rob is a beast, but does that resign him or look at to or resign, sorry. Does the team resign him or look to draft another running back next year with his injury history?
I like the running back room. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with the running back room. When you talk about Brian Robinson Jr., Jeremy McNichols, Chris Rodriguez, Mike Wiley is still in the picture as well. Who you might be concerned about is Austin Ekeler because of his concussion history. That's more of a concern than Brian Robinson Jr. in my mind, at least right now, considering that Austin Ekeler just went to IR. But a lot of it is culture. A lot of it is attitude. Right. And right now, okay, even if Austin isn't in the picture, right, you still have B-Rob, Jeremy McNichols, Chris Rodriguez, and Mike Wiley. You got 4.
Yep.
So very serviceable. Very serviceable. I mean, we see this. The run game here is strong. And considering that this has been a team that has not utilized the run game as effectively in the past, they definitely didn't last year. It is a good problem to have.
I agree with this, Deluxe. Nobody should ever question B-Rob's toughness. He takes more punishment because of his play style. I agree.
He was very happy that people could see how fast he is too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure he is because they've been trying to get on him for that too. Like he can't do a house call.
He can't get fast.
Yeah, like he can't do a house call.
He sees comments.
They go at him, and they've been going at him and Terry. Terry proved his point last week against the Cowboys.
He did. Terry turned the wheels on. I said Terry's sick of everybody, probably me included. He probably sick of me too. Like Candi, I heard what you said. Just whatever.
And then
Terry, 7 win. I'm a 7-win girl. So now everybody like, yeah, 7. What's up, 7 wins?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I gotta do my job. Y'all keep doing yours. I like being wrong. It's okay.
That's what I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like now, folks can't say that. Like we here now. Like we here now. So I'm Terry. I'm with you, bro. B-Rob, I'm with you. We here now. We doing big numbers on them big runs.
Make them catch you.
Yeah, they catch you.
And then when B-Rob went out, here come Chris Rodriguez. I mean, that was something to see.
I want to speak on Chris, man. Like, I'm just glad he got. Look, I feel like first off, I'm gonna be real. Just like I talked about Terry about folks being dumb. Hey, some of y'all NFL execs, y'all dumb for not trying to snatch up Chris Rodriguez. Because
I couldn't believe that.
I
was like, wait, nobody picked him up.
Yeah, I think he's better than what y'all think he is for real. Like, and I feel like it's for this team, and y'all saw it. He can wear you down, man. Like he's the type of dude, he can wear you down and give you positive yardage consistently. And like you saw that. B-Rob couldn't go, and you saw it. That's why I like him over. We're talking about featuring a back when B-Rob is out, featuring a back. And say, like, and I like the way Austin Eckler is being used, and I think it keeps him fresh when healthy. I would feature Rodriguez, and then I would have like the quicker scat back. Like a McNichols or Eckler bagging him up. Yeah. I just feel like that dynamic works better.
Yeah, I think I've seen where it'd be successful when Austin was out for the Arizona game.
Yeah.
Jeremy McNichols backs Austin. C-Rod backs B-Rob.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's your running back run.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's your running back run.
Yeah, but
how you use them, how you use Austin is how you use Jeremy. How you use B-Rob is how you use Chris.
I agree with you. Totally
that is your running back room right there.
Yeah, and to what Todd said, I do think in the draft, if you're going to draft a running back, you draft a home run hitting running back, like a guy with
absolutely
speed. I think that's the thing. The next move, if you're trying to look at drafting a running back for the room, I do think that you do want guys who can score. I don't say easy, but make it easy to have that big explosive play, right? You want guys
big explosive plays where they might can get better or improve. It's just the breaking of tackles.
That's
right. Yards after touch. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's where I can see. Okay, you could have broke out of that. You could and fly.
Yeah.
You know, but they'll get there. I think today it was great. It was great. I mean, that's what everybody wanted to see. So they did that.
No,
there was never a moment where it was like, well, why are you not using Jeremy? Why are you not using Chris? They used them.
Yeah, I think that, but I do like it. I do like that Chris, and hopefully Chris is a mainstay on game day. I mean, like,
I hope so.
Active. Like, I hope he's active often because I do think he deserves it. Christopher said you're right. We need to address cornerback in the draft or free agency. Marshawn, Mikey, a new cornerback will be lit. Mikey a beast. Like I said, Rodriguez should be B-Rob's backup. McNichols, agree.
That's exactly what we were just talking about.
They only keep 3 active. I agree. I know, but that's where my mind's
3 though. Right now.
Yeah, that's your 3 right now. Agree. That's your 3 right now. Eric said, "Big ups to Rodriguez today." Yeah, he deserves it, man.
He killed it today.
And every time he gets the opportunity, this season, he's been good. Like he's been good. That's the thing. We're talking about the draft now, fellas. Come on, let's finish the season out. It's playoffs, bro. You draft a running back, wide receiver, and DB every year. Yeah, I mean, we need to be talking about playoffs, maybe, or getting mentally ready for a playoff game. We talking about the draft. We ain't that team no more. We don't have to talk about the draft early.
Let me be quiet. But you heard what I said? I said they need a defensive end.
Okay, no facts. We definitely need a defensive end.
You need a
Like
defensive end. You're
really
talking about the wrong thing. You need a defensive end.
Yes. Like a real problem defensive end. Not a guy that can just a guy who can get sacks every once. And no, shout out to Fowler. He's been good.
Fowler been amazing. 9 sacks on the year. He and Frankie. But they're not defensive ends. You know what I'm saying? They're linebackers. Fowler linebacker turned defensive end. You know what I mean? How they use them. But they need a defensive end.
They need a problem defensive end. Like a real problem.
So free agent, but they need. Could you imagine Montez sweating this?
Oh, Montez would be with this unit. Oh, Montez would be like that with this squad. Montez would be like Montez would be that dude with this squad. He would. See. Oh, what about Dexter Lawrence? Dexter Lawrence attack.
Everybody, and people always they roll their eyes. They roll their eyes when I talk about the coaching staff here and people wanting to play in Washington. Listen, people don't have the historical background and context of Washington like we all do because of age, right? Just age. They just don't have it.
Yeah.
But we're also in a generation and an era where it's based on the AAU era, right? In the youth sports era, where people play with who they like.
Facts.
They play with who they like, and they play with who has similar working styles and personalities as they do. So this coaching staff and Jayden Daniels is getting a lot of traction.
They are, though. They are.
Like, pick me, pick me, pick me.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Washington. Yeah. But this ain't the Washington from the last 30 years. It's not. It is not. I can tell you as a member of the media and how even we get treated now, it's not.
That's good though. That's what's up.
It's different. Like we be eating, they feed us, they be eating. We're having fun. Everybody's happy. It's like when they were losing, we was like, dang, everybody's sad. We ain't got no friends no more. Everybody being all serious. Dang, don't nobody want to make no joke. Don't nobody want no feed. Okay, that's fine.
Nah,
the
vibe
is your meeting.
I will say the vibe is it do be different when they be winning. It do be different.
When they do be different. Man. I mean, they be serious still, but it's not like a party, but it's definitely different. They was losing. I was like, Lord, please let them win against the Tennessee Titans. They had Mama Waller praying for them because I was like, yeah, Ma, this be a drag in the ass right now.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Todd said, okay, staying on the season besides Latimer, who should be coming back from injuries after the bye week?
Ain't nobody else hurt, but
I think that's
Austin is on IR. So that's at least 4 games.
Yeah, 4 games.
So
he could
it depends on Andrew Wiley.
Yeah.
He's the only person that's injured.
Yeah.
For Darian Mathis was a healthy scratch today, everybody.
I know,
He's not hurt.
Hey, I mean, I want to know what's going to happen with that. Will that be a consistent thing? I mean, they did play their defensive line. I mean, I don't want like they stopped the run because they didn't really. They got ahead so fast that they didn't have to run the ball.
I'm glad you brought that up because I'm crazy that I didn't bring it up first. You really didn't hear Tony Pollard's name as much. Right?
Yeah, they got. Yeah.
I mean, he started to get a little high at one point.
Yeah, it's why.
You didn't hear Tony Pollard as much, and you definitely didn't hear Calvin Ridley's as much either.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's more. You heard Westbrook. That boy got busy, but I feel like they turned the ball over so quickly, like you couldn't hear Tony Pollard because they were already down 21-0, so they couldn't run the ball.
They was already losing.
It was like
game was already
I was like, dang, you are a bad team.
Already lost. Now, I mean, and hey, I guess they just caught the Texans on a bad day.
Yeah, they did.
The Browns caught the Steelers on a bad day. The Cowboys caught the Commanders on a bad day, which is a bad week 12. Yeah. Because the Titans, I was like, well, my God, I thought this was going to be harder than this. Which team beat the Texans last week?
I know, because to your point, I'm like, God, like, what was his stat line? Like, Pollard, did he have at least have good average yards per carry? Like, all right, Pollard had like 8 carries for 35 yards, which is like about, what's that? That's like, nothing. 4.4 yards a carry. So it's not, that's pretty good, actually.
But
4.4 yards a carry, which isn't
yeah,
bad.
yeah, it's not
But he
bad.
had only 8 carries because they would get blown out. So they're already down like 21. You couldn't really run the football anymore.
They knew, they saw him. They were
Yeah,
like,
it's too
"Oh,
late.
there's
It's
Tony.
already too late.
It's
It's
already
done.
late."
Yeah, you gotta throw the ball. You gotta throw down. Listen,
You
not
know
that.
what? This
Mhm.
question right here is the question we had today.
Yeah.
Because I'm a special teamer.
Mhm.
So I'm like, something's got to give on these
Yeah.
returns. Something's
Mhm.
got to give. Somebody's got to go.
Yeah.
I'm like, is Kevontae Turpin going to be available next year? Because
Well, what about old boy from he's on the practice squad, right?
Kevontae Turpin, Kaz Allen, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
And I'm gonna leave it there
that's
because
all I'm saying. That's all I ask. That's all.
there's
That's all I'm
other
saying.
options, and they
Yeah.
leverage those options in practice. But I
Okay.
don't
I
see
was
them
like,
in
all
game
right. I had to
day.
think. Yeah. I was like, ain't he out? Ain't he out there? I was like, okay.
He's
All
on the
right.
practice squad. Yep.
All right. All right. That's cool. All right. It's cool. So going into the bye, this is cool. It's a bye week and they're going to a bye. How, first off to you, first off, how big is it to get this W right before the bye? Like
Huge.
how needed was it? How needed was
Huge.
it?
Needed. I think they were even shocked. I think they were disappointed because this
Yeah.
is the team that everybody watched today. Is the team that's who they are.
Yeah.
That is who they are. So all this other stuff, especially last week, was just like bad, and they were very disappointed in themselves. So this was huge for them to know that fight and that grit and just the overall talent is still there. And I think that's for everybody, coach, players alike. Will they actually rest? I don't know, because it sounds like some people are like, you don't want to take a break for real, because
they
you
want to
will
work?
fall off.
Oh, they trying to work. That's what's up. I like that.
Some of them want to work still.
Yeah,
so.
That's good.
And it's, and they watching games, they're just paying attention to what other teams are doing, which they should be in their position. These guys want to make the playoffs. This is not, they nobody laying down. It's amazing to hear some of them talk. I almost feel bad. Like, dang, maybe I need to change my attitude. Because maybe I need to get myself together. My goodness. Because I'm not gonna name no names, but somebody did have I feel like you're being a little like just letting them be all sad and talking to them like, oh, you lost. Like, yeah, lost, but move on because you got to win next week, and you making it worse. And I'm like, well, I'm just trying to be a cool media lady. Like, no, don't be. We lost. We all lost. So okay. So I sounds like people still want to work.
My man Chris said, huge win to quiet the false narrative that was popping up lately. Are you talking about what was the narrative?
Which one about Jayden not being able to play in the cold?
Was that a narrative? Or Rookie of the Year? I just feel like that's the.
That was definitely a narrative that Jayden Daniels can't play in cold weather. That was
one. Yeah. That's.
Oh no.
I mean,
others, but that one was a big one.
A lot of quarterbacks. This ain't even like real talk. This ain't even the weather yet. But Jayden and Cliff.
Jayden, I knew.
Got you. Yeah, I got you. Like the struggling, like figuring out the
offensive play calling. But that was something that needed to improve.
Yeah, he did change it though.
He definitely changed it, but they came out in the second half, and I was like, here you go again. Go back to what works, and they did. And Jayden hit the Rick Wall, which is very interesting. I don't know if Chris heard this press conference when Jayden was asked, I think by Ben Standig, asked him, or either John Keim or Ben Standig asked him about the rookie wall, and Jayden was like, can you define what the rookie wall is? I don't even know what that is.
I don't think he hit a rookie wall. I think that
they've been playing a long time.
Yeah, and plus
the guy didn't come to week 14.
Yeah, and also like in college, he played like 12 games. So but like right now, it'd be close to bowl season for him. It'd be bowl season. So I won't say rookie wall. I don't think because he looks healthier. So I don't want to say rookie wall.
Jayden got hurt.
He got hurt. I will say this much.
I think everyone's forgetting
that
Jayden had a rib injury, everybody. He was hurt. That's all.
George, I think that's true with the rookie wall, college players, 12 games. Yeah, I just think that I assess a wall by like real true play. Like,
yeah, I would have maybe thought that it was a rookie wall if he hadn't been injured.
Yeah,
but because he was injured.
Yeah, I agree with this. Chris said,
you know,
this is what I agree with. I think this is what I choose. Other than the Cowboys game, but I feel like the Cowboys game was no play game.
I said that on this show for sure. I remember that. The Steelers game, he gave him some room.
Yeah.
He got the offense up 24-14. So that wasn't even on Jayden, that Steelers game at all.
And I agree with you, Chris, because you look at all right, look at the Eagles. Look what the Eagles doing to Lamar. Like, you played against a good defense, obviously. Like, so it's not.
The Eagles did to Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not gonna say. I think to your point, Chris, it's like the defenses, and also just like any rookie, and we saw it here even in DC, like in 2012. Once you adjust, you adjust. Like, they started adjusting to Robert. And then Robert had to kind of, that's when Robert got flipped and hurt. So you could adjust to an offense. Like, the rest of you just adjust. It's not really the wall. And this is for George. It's like an adjustment. And once you start playing better defenses, they're going to adjust better.
I think the Steelers game, I do feel like the Steelers game was a winnable game. I do.
Yeah, that was a winnable game.
I do. I think more of that ended up being on the defense, unfortunately, and not Jayden. I mean, the game was won by 1 point.
I agree with you.
Right? They came out in the second half and they were ready to rock. He got them up 10 points. Because the Steelers ended up beating them 28-27. That's not on Jayden. He did his part. You would get you 28 points, and that was after the injury. Now we're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles, who I stand by this. And all the trash talking the O-line was doing when they got B-Rob in for that touchdown, I think the Eagles' defensive line said, hold up a second, because what y'all not going to do is talk all this trash and score and think this is going to be okay. No, they turned it up. And Cooper DeJean is good, everybody.
But that quarterback, I mean, he's good. I mean, I just feel
like... You know what I mean? He's good. He's not terrible. I mean, they still had... I mean, they're good. They got a good defense.
Yeah, they got a good defense. They got the other rookie.
And again, I'm going back to... I know PFF might be smoking according to some of y'all, but I'm still correlating to these quarterbacks that are not in the top 10 according to PFF, but have really good records. Those teams are dangerous because that means their other facets of that team's game are leading to wins. Going back to the Eagles, going back to even the Steelers, they got really good defenses. Everybody.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's really that defense and like how that team is like constructed. Chris said we should have won against the Steelers and Cowboys. I agree. We should be both.
I still think those two games. If they could have got those two back, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I agree with that. The Steelers game pisses me off. I feel like that's a game that everybody has respect for the Steelers, but that's a game they should definitely won.
Oh yeah, they got them up 24-14. The defense is not a little bit on that one.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, he played.
Absolutely.
Newton played. Newton was there. He was outside. He was outside.
He did a lot today.
Yeah. George says that coaching staff sabotaged the Commanders in that game in Philly. Jayden wasn't great either that game. He was throwing Donovan. He was throwing Donovan McNabb type passes, but it was a little bit of everything. He wasn't doing what Jayden didn't do. Yeah, I think that to me that was his worst game. That would have to be his worst game, I think.
What in last week?
Huh? Yeah.
And
last week. Those two were probably his worst games.
Last week it didn't get hot till late. It was too late.
Till late. Ty's defense, defense and a running game always travels well. I agree. Always travels well. But yeah, we about to shut this show down. But it was great, man. This is a great show. Appreciate it. Candy, you want to keep doing these if you have time?
At away games, it gets dicey. So
yeah, that's different.
Maybe for home games. Home games.
Let's aim for home games. We're gonna do these for home
games. Gets real dicey with me because sometimes I leave. After I do press conferences, I leave, and sometimes I stay. But I'd be so exhausted. Something out of way travel that it's just hard for some reason to like. I always do the pre games, but sometimes like I leave right after.
You try to get out of there.
It's just like
you try to get out of there. Oh man, thanks. Hey, thanks, Alex. Appreciate you, homie. Appreciate you. What else I'm gonna say about it?
Thank you.
Philly D-line was dominant that game. We have to have an answer.
That D-line.
Yeah,
after that first score, you could tell they were upset.
Yeah, that D-line.
Because Tyler and Sam Cosmi again, they was talking so much trash. I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah. Hey, oh man, appreciate y'all, man. All right, thanks, Chris. Appreciate you, homie. Appreciate you. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate you as always. Thank you. If y'all on here for the first time, folks on here for the first time, thank you, man. Appreciate you both. Appreciate you, Eric. Definitely. If y'all on for the first time on either channel, but it's the Bowie TV channel on YouTube or the Urban Sports Scene channel, YouTube, hit that red subscribe button right now. Like the video. Help us, add on to extra subscribers. Also, keep us in that Commanders algorithm. So like it and comment too. Like, go back. You want to comment, say great show. I'm cool with that. And she cool with that for Bowie TV. Go back. That does well for the algorithm. So if y'all had the time, go back. Say, oh yeah, it was an awesome show. Blah blah blah. Go back on it. You know what I mean? And that way, folks who follow Commanders content can kind of see us as well. But again, we appreciate y'all for chiming in, tuning in. Y'all always keep the chat lit, so I appreciate y'all for even doing that, man. So but also don't forget to jump on the Urban Sports Scene podcast Wednesday night. We'll air 8:15. I'm coaching basketball again, so I gotta juggle two different things. So instead of starting at 8:00, we're gonna start at 8:15.
What show? Oh, you talking about something else?
Yeah, I do like 80 different shows.
Right.
It's the Wednesday. It's the regular podcast show.
Oh,
it's the regular Wednesday.
Okay.
It's the Wednesday show, man. That's gonna be our new time, May 15th. So it'll be streaming live on our YouTube channel, X, IG, and Facebook accounts as well. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. Also, follow us on X at Urban Sports Scene, IG at Urban Sports Scene, and on TikTok at Urban Sports Scene, like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. Hey, Candi, plug your stuff too as well, man. Plug in your platforms and whatnot so folks can know.
Follow me on X at CWall SE or Bowie TV Sports on X and Instagram, and definitely make sure you're subscribed to Bowie_TV on YouTube. That is where all my Commanders content is. And
folks, and all your content. So you can get all your content there, right? All the content.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right. Make sure, folks, you gotta know. So she just said it. So y'all know what time it is. All right. Also, again, subscribe to both our YouTube channels. You see, I keep saying the YouTube channels. I keep saying it. That means I need y'all to really do it. If I'm redundant, that means something. All right. Also, check out our website, which is www.urbansportscene.com. That's the Urban Sports Scene website. Again, man, thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Candi, thanks for being on. Always appreciate you. Anyway, you've been listening to the Urban Sports Scene for ages. You dig? Deuces. We out.
Peace.